Today's story is called The Mouse Bride. It's about a mouse who's a bride, and her father is trying to marry her off but just can't find the right husband. Yay! Because it's the year of the rat, I wanted to start off this year with a rat-related idiom. I am still looking for that idiom, but I did find a really entertaining Chinese parable about a mouse, and I think you guys will like it because there's a little bit of something for everyone. The Chinese parable is called 老鼠嫁女, and it basically translates to the mouse bride. Here is how the story goes. Once upon a time, in a Chinese fairy tale land, there was a family of mice, and Father Mice really wanted the daughter to get married. Now, when the daughter tried to bring in her mouse boyfriend, the father said, no. This mouse is not good enough for my daughter. My daughter needs to marry the best, strongest entity in the land. Well, who's the strongest person they could find? The sun, obviously, thought the father. The sun is almighty and powerful. He's so radiant. He gives us so much heat and light. Obviously, the sun is the strongest entity in the land, and you must marry the sun. So Mouse Dad and the Mouse Daughter both go to the sun, and the father asked the sun, "Oh, glorious sun, won't you please marry my daughter? You are the strongest person we know." The sun is obviously humbled, but he says, I am really powerful, thank you very much, but there's actually something a lot more powerful than me, and that is the cloud. The cloud is the only other entity that I know that can cover up my light. If your daughter is looking for the most powerful entity in the land, I would say the cloud is stronger than me. Father Mouse and Daughter Mouse come to the cloud. And again, the Father Mouse says to the cloud, "Oh, cloud, I beg you, please marry my daughter, because you are the strongest person that we know." The cloud is obviously happy to hear that, but he responds, I am pretty powerful, but there's actually something more powerful than me, and that is the wind. As powerful as I am easily blown away by the wind. So if your daughter is looking for the most powerful entity in the land, I would say the wind is stronger than me. So once again, Father Mouse and Daughter Mouse go on their merry way to find the wind. Father Mouse once again begs the wind and says, "Oh wind, won't you please marry my daughter, because you are the strongest entity that we know." The wind feels pretty good about himself and thinks he's pretty strong, but says to the mice, "As powerful as I am, I really can't take credit. Even though I can blow people away with a gust of my wind, I am constantly hitting walls. The wall is actually a lot stronger than me. So if your daughter is looking for the most powerful entity in the land, I would say she should marry a wall." I'm sure you guys can guess what happens next. When they got to the wall, the Father Mouse says, "Oh, wall, oh, wall, I want my daughter to marry the strongest entity in the land, and you are the strongest person we know. Won't you please marry my daughter? I'm just trying to get rid of her." Okay, obviously he didn't mean that. Now the wall is actually super stunned to hear this, and he says, yeah, I'm pretty strong, but I wouldn't say I'm the strongest person in the land. I mean, have you seen the holes on my body? You little mice are constantly digging holes in my body, so if you're really looking for the strongest person in the land, I would say you should marry your daughter off to another mouse. The Father Mouse thinks to himself, yeah, this wall is right. Us mice are so much stronger than walls. But wait, we're not that powerful. We're afraid of cats. By that logic, cats must be the strongest people that we know. Father Mouse gets so excited and drags his daughter to find the strongest cat they know. This is where the story divulges into two parts. In one version of the story, the Father Mouse and the Daughter Mouse finds a cat and both get eaten. In another version of the story, the Mama Mouse interferes and tells the father, "Are you so stupid that you're gonna marry off our daughter to a cat? Do you want her to be eaten?" And that's when the Father Mouse realizes that it's not the best idea to marry off the Daughter Mouse to a cat, but to just marry off the daughter to another mouse. It doesn't really matter which narrative you accept, because both versions of these stories have a lot to teach us. I like to think that these mice are just like us. Nothing is ever good enough. We're always looking for something better and powerful and stronger than us. Maybe what we should attain for is not something that's light years out of our reach, but something within our means. Or at least That's how I decided to interpret this story. On the surface, it looks like the father mouse was just trying to marry their daughter off into the perfect family and to find the perfect relationship. But it doesn't have to just apply to relationships. This could also apply to career goals. It could also apply to things, maybe purchasing things that are way out of our means. You just have to understand, in this world, there's always something better and stronger than you. But even something as big and strong as the wall can't even defend itself from the tiny little mice. In the grand scheme of things, sometimes you might feel very small. You might feel like the mouse. You might look around and see that somebody else is bigger or stronger than you, or just looks like they're having it a lot better than you are. But you also have your own talents, and that's what you should focus on. The world has a very interesting way of providing checks and balances. So even though someone might have something that you don't have, just know that you have your own talents. And in a way, you are actually way more powerful than you think. Okay, I don't have anything else to add to this story anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed The Mouse Bride. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel as always. I know this wasn't exactly an idiom, but it's a story that features cute mice. We'll see how the year of the rat will turn out. I know it's not meant to be the luckiest year for me. My horoscope actually told me to do more charity work and volunteer. So what did I do on the first day of the year of the rat? I went and adopted a kitty. This counts as charity work, right?